Since 1992, Benton County residents have enjoyed the luxury of easily and correctly disposing of all kinds of toxic chemicals at the Richland landfill. But in June of last year, a fire destroyed the household hazardous waste facility, leaving residents without a permanent facility to dispose of waste products. Since the fire, workers at the landfill have been busy resurrecting the facility, and currently there are several toxic products the facility can handle.
The items that you can still bring here, we've kind of identified either the no-cost or low-cost things. Used oil, we have an outlet for that. Antifreeze, we have a container that's on her right here now. And propane tanks, because we just basically take the valves out and then it goes to metal recycling. Electronic goods, we still have the electronics program going. Cooking oil, we have a contract with a vendor that'll pick up the cooking oil, and automotive batteries. But the really toxic stuff that goes to a hazardous waste landfill that are pretty expensive to ship, we don't have a very good option yet. One of the biggest items we had at the collection events this past December was latex paint, almost double anything else. So all by itself, it's a pretty big waste stream. And what we're looking at is something, it's a non-toxic. So once latex dries, it's fairly inert and it's not dangerous. The thing we're worried about is the liquid portion. It's actually technically illegal to put any liquids in a solid waste landfill. And in our trucks, it really causes a mess. And if you throw like 5-gallon buckets away, it'll actually start coming out the back of the truck and get on the street and that kind of thing. So one thing you can do is, first of all, only buy as much paint as you can use. Okay, so but if you do have any left over, hopefully it's only a half instead of a full one, you can add something like floor dry or kitty litter to that. Whatever, go find the thing that's the least expensive. And it's always good to have this around your house anyway for any other little accidents and things. It's really handy. But when you use it, you can put, if you've got a half a can, you put a couple cups in there, stir it up, leave the lid off, and it solidifies. This can now go in the garbage. The county still is having the Solid Waste Advisory Committee meet, and we're starting to look at other options. Okay. One of the things that happened was kind of bad luck on our part for us to have this disaster when we had it. There was a state funding cut, so we weren't funded from January 1st, 2011 through June 30th of 2011, because that's what the legislature budget did 2 years before. So there was going to be a funding gap anyway. There's a lot of question about what kind of funding is going to be available to keep running this program in the other counties also. So our SWAC is looking at what we can do to fund this locally and then find some capital money to rebuild a facility somewhere. So that's no answers yet, but we're working that way. Everybody wants to work that way. They know this is a problem.
The Solid Waste Department held 2 household hazardous waste collection events in December and collected 15,000 pounds of toxic waste and 26,000 pounds of latex paint. Because of the amount of waste collected, the city does plan on holding similar events in the coming year, so please keep storing your waste safely and pay attention to CityView TV and your utility bills for dates and times of the next disposal event. One way you can minimize the amount of waste you have to store is by buying only enough paint or chemicals for the job at hand. Don't buy the larger quantities just because they're cheaper.